Hi, welcome back to Great Handyman Home Remodeling Videos. Today we're going to start a new bathroom remodel. We're going to take a tour of the things that need to be changed and updated. So let's begin. One of the problems in this bathroom is the wall texture. Someone left it way too sharp and bumpy, and it's very rough and would almost take the skin right off of you if you were to lean up against it. So we're going to sand this all off, skim coat it with some sheetrock mud, sand it, and then re-stomp texture it to give it a nice pleasant feel instead of so sharp. A quick way to update any room is to replace the switches and the switch plate cover on all electrical devices. Here we see caulking that has failed over time. We're going to have to dig all this out and replace it with fresh. One of the biggest issues that face this bathroom is the carpeting that is underneath the toilet. This is not a practice I recommend. I know a lot of homes do put carpet in bathrooms, but it doesn't belong in the toilet area. Linoleum or ceramic tile would be a much better choice. We're going to show you underneath, when I take this out, why you shouldn't install carpet in a bathroom. We're also going to be replacing the toilet paper holder, the trim, and the vent, which obviously wasn't installed correctly. But first, all this has got to go, so let's begin. Recent water restrictions and drought, and the amount of water that a water treatment plant has to process, many companies have come out with the new 1.6 gallon flush. The old 3 gallon flush tank needs to go away. If you flush 10 times a day over a period of a year, you can easily save 9,000 gallons of water. Plus 3 gallon tanks are no longer available. If you have an old 3 gallon tank, you should be able to go to the store and buy just the tank and replace it with a new 1.6 gallon flush. The compatibility, whether or not they'll match up to the bowl, is critical, so you'll have to make sure you get correct measurements. Many communities are also offering rebates from their community. I know in Aurora, Colorado, you can get a $100 rebate by just replacing a toilet. And most toilets cost about $100. This one we're going to save after we put in the tile floor. So we just need to remove it temporarily. So this is how you remove a toilet. First, let's remove the tank lids. We don't want it to fall off and crack. Then underneath here, I'm going to turn off the water. Flush the toilet for final time. And see, I'm holding the handle to make sure all the water that's possible that's in the tank has drained out. Then we'll disconnect the supply line, disconnect the bolts, and we're ready to move the toilet. The water supply line is a plastic hand-tightened nut, so it shouldn't take any more than your hand to loosen the nut and disconnect the water supply line. A beauty cap covers the nut that holds the toilet down on the floor. Simply remove the nut with a few turns of a wrench. It should become loose and you should be able to undo it with your hand. Now that the toilet's disconnected, we're going to pick it up and we're going to set it in the tub for safekeeping until we're ready to reinstall it. I have to admit I'm a little impressed with the installation of the carpet. They did not go underneath the toilet, forcing the toilet to sit on top of the carpet. They carpeted up to the toilet with a nice oval ring. That was done very nicely. However, it's still carpet. It's very hard to clean. I still recommend tile or linoleum. It's time to remove the carpeting. We just take a pair of pliers and grab it in the corner. And it usually pulls up without much resistance. Have a razor knife handy and just cut it up into strips and get rid of it. Now the carpet pad needs to come up. It was put down with a staple gun, so there's staples everywhere holding this down. But we're just going to pull up a corner and we're going to try and pull as much of this up as we can at once. Once the carpet pad is completely out, now you need to remove the carpet sticks. These have extremely sharp little nails on them, so I encourage you to be very careful when removing them. This is a complete remodel, so everything must go, even the trim. It's all gotta go. It's still not quite ready. Everywhere those staples are that held down the carpet pad must be removed. It's a slow and tedious job, but in the long run it will be worth it to get rid of all these little bumps. And I use a little special tool that helps me get underneath the staples. A screwdriver or a pair of pliers could do the same thing. I'm going to continue to work on this bathroom and get the floor ready for tile. That'll be in our next segment. Until then, this is Great Handyman saying thanks for watching.